Monday is the day. You are not supposed to go there and then go home. You're supposed to go there knowing you're going to sacrifice. Business people in Nairobi, we will not be held hostage by your narratives. We will not be held back by your need to make money. You think that now, when the rest of the country is getting broke, that you will continue making money while all our other freedoms and ability to make money is being suppressed? We will not allow you to, my friends. We won't allow you. Business people, you won't come to emotionally blackmail us. You won't come to tell us that, oh, maandamano inaharibu biashara. We will, until we achieve our objective, you will shut down your stores. You mtafunga hizo duka. Because you can't be holding us hostage. Every time we will never reach Canaan because you have to make your 10,000 a day or 5,000 a day. Apana. You will join us in solidarity because even you are parents. Even you have family members who have gone missing. You know how your businesses have been struggling. We are asking for a sacrifice. Even if sacrifice was to last for 2 weeks, it is still, that would still be a minuscule of the money that you make in a year. So why don't you want to sacrifice these 2 weeks? Why don't you sacrifice this 1 month for a lifetime of prosperity? No. Please don't hold us hostage with your narratives. Please don't hold us back. If you feel that you need to open your shop, open it. But don't come to emotionally blackmail us. Don't come to tell us that nisi tunaharibu biashara. You close your business. So that the government-sponsored goons, once they come to loot, you won't come say and cry on TV and saying it's protesters. No, protesters, we don't have an interest in stealing your shit. So close your business. Be prepared to go for the long run because we are all suffering. We are all not making ends meet. We cannot continue in this state of affairs. So don't make it look like, oh, you've been asked to sacrifice for 2 weeks. You think it's the worst thing to have happened in your life. No. You sacrifice for everything else. You tithe without even knowing that wherever you are tithing, where you're going to go there. So if you have the temerity, or if you have I don't know the words to use because I'm getting angry. If you can be able to sacrifice for imaginary gain, if you can tithe, why don't you want to sacrifice for tangible benefits, for tangible progress, which you're going to see immediately? Why don't you want to sacrifice for these 2 weeks and close your business? Why do you want to set you're not different from Okia Omtata and his bandwagon of harlot journalists, activists, sorry. That then they go there in front of police and then they stage their own arrest so that they can hemorrhage attention from the actual victims and the cause. Now you're doing the same. You own your business. You know very well protesters have no interest to come and steal your shit. The goons will be funded by the government to come and steal your place. And then you'll come on TV crying, duka yangu ilibiwa. Nani alikwambia ufungue umbwa hii? Funga duka! Funga duka! Thank you very much to the techies today who disabled the e-citizen platform. There was quite a lot of progress. There are other websites which I think are being targeted. I'm just saying I think, I don't know. But thank you to the techies who are rising to the occasion. We need to grind this government to a halt. All government websites, they need to stop collecting money because this is one way of civic disobedience. We cannot feed the very monster that is devouring us, that is consuming us, that is abducting us, that is killing us, that is appointing people like Abel Rotich to head abduction units. We cannot. So everyone has a role to play. Techies, you're very important. Don't be confused. Don't buy into this narrative that only street protests work. There are very many strategies here. The techies are doing their own thing. The graphic designers are doing their own thing. The TikTokers are mobilizing. The XRs are providing administrative support. Everyone has a role to play. The only people who have not defined role, but who seem to be getting the lion's share of the limelight, are the activists, commercial activists. Those are the only people who don't have any defined role, but they seem to be, where the protest comes, they are the ones who are commanding the lion's share. Everyone else, you know your role. Everyone else, you know your role. Stick to it. From tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, I'll be doing TikTok Live. My TikTokers have been complaining that I have ignored them, so I'll do TikTok Live. So that we discuss about Monday. We overcome these fears that are being sold to us. We overcome the lethargy that you guys have built up in yourselves. For instance, on New Year's 31st, Gaitho residents should have walked to CBD. It was very simple. You were there. You had the numbers. All you just needed to do was walk to CBD. You have bought the fear that has been sold for you by state agents, by the media, like that Spice FM idiot. That Spice FM idiot was just speaking. You could see he's like the police who came to arrest me. They were so hostile. It's almost like I had personally antagonized them or personally wronged them. That's how the Spice FM who was speaking last night was doing. He was speaking like I have wronged him myself. He was so, he had that tone of, my God, Francis, you're going to die. Please do not predict somebody else's death. You might end up dying before me. Just because you're politically correct does not insulate you from the vagaries of bad governance, from the vagaries of William Rutos' treachery, William Rutos' abductions. You are not safe. Nobody is safe. So for you to proclaim that you mean I'm the only critic of the government? You mean I'm the only one who is criticizing the regime? So all these other people who have been abducted? No, we are many, we are legion, we are force. And all of us, if we decide to drop the scaremongering people around our midst, whatever Jabba base you go to, I told you, one person has been planted there. That person is meant to sell you fear. I told you all the university student leaders are on the payroll of the government. All the border officials are on the payroll of the government. So it is upon you to not be mobilized by your border chairman or secretary or treasurer, because you'll be inadvertently working for the state. If you're a business person, you go and open your store, go and open your shop, you are looted, please don't come to cry on TV, please. Kuja kutulilia. You know when you come to cry, what will tell you? Cry me a river, build a bridge and get over it. Ni wewe tulikuambia usifungue biashara yako. Wewe ukajiona wewe ni stero ufungue. You need the money. You don't need life. You don't need good governance. You don't need street lights. You don't need potholes fixed. You don't need drainage and garbage collected. You want your money. Wewe unataka pesa. Wewe unataka hela. Kwa hivyo fungua biashara, please usikuje utulilie. Wewe umetambua biashara kuliko human rights, kuliko constitutionalism, kuliko good governance. Umetambua biashara yako. Umeshinda huku ukituambia biashara, we cannot even live in peace because ni lazima ufanye biashara. Now, if those are the things that you take, you foist with importance, then do you. But don't come cry to us when your shop is raided. Usikuja kutulilia hapo kwa TV. Please, Gaitho Media, you will not cover business people whose products or whose shares will have been ruined by state-sponsored goons. We don't want that coverage because we have already given them notice. I will write a letter to the business people telling you not to open your shops. And if you open your shop, it's at your own risk. Itakuwa kwa hiari yako. You understand the risks? If you don't want to sacrifice your stock for 2 weeks, because you must make that extra coin. If you think the rest of us should suffer so that you can make money, we are telling you we are your potential customers. We are suffering. We don't know whether we will have money to even sustain your businesses within the next 6 months. So, common sense should prevail that you closing for 2 weeks and sacrificing with the rest of Kenyans will benefit you What you lose at the corner, you're going to gain at the roundabout. You can make the sales of 1 month in 1 day. You can make the sales of 1 year in 1 day. You can also have those sales of 6 months in 1 day, every day. Every day, when people have money in their pockets, when we are not being robbed, we are not being looted left, right, and center by the politicians, we will have more money to spend in your businesses. So if you're not ready to embark on that sacrifice, then go. Musikuje, I'm going to write a letter to the business people of Nairobi and other towns. Musikuje kutulilia eti biashara yako imeibiwa. Tumekuambia mapema kutakuwa na maandamano. Tumekuambia that the people who sponsor violence are the government. The people who sponsor goons are the government. They will take advantage of our peaceful protest to come and rob and loot your businesses. Knowing that, will you be as stupid as the kids who went to see Okia Omtata and he had them abducted? You know all the risks. It's like you already now, I've already told you about all the sellouts, the real enemy. Who are the activists? You know the risks of collaborating with them, of communicating with them. If you want to do it and you are abducted, here yako. If we tell you not to use Safaricom, now upia Safaricom, you are abducted. Hiyo ni mambo yako. If we tell you don't open your business on Monday because we are protesting, and government will sponsor goons to take advantage so as to come and loot and cause damage to your business, ni hiari yako. Kwa hivyo wewe ukifungua duka, ikuje ibiwe na state sponsored goons, usikuje kutulilia, because you will be accusing me of stealing, because that's what you did in June. You are trying to insinuate that protesters are the ones who came. These protesters are your kids, and then you are insinuating that they are the ones who came. No, these were state sponsored goons. You know that. So don't open your businesses. Sifungue biashara yako wewe. Sije kutulilia. Don't come crying to us. Going to write a letter to business people. We cannot be held back. Constant beratement. Hii maandamano inaharibu biashara. Maandamano inaharibu biashara. No. You are either with us or with the enemy. Okia Omtata has chosen the enemy. Boniface Mwangi has chosen the enemy. Hanifa Edan has chosen the enemy. Julius Kamau has chosen the enemy. Morara Kebaso is the enemy. Hussein Khalid has chosen the enemy. By opening your shop on Monday, you will have chosen the enemy. And from then on, it's beyond our control. If the goons come and pull up at your shop, please don't blame the peaceful protesters. Peaceful protesters. Now, let's drop all pretense of diplomacy. Let's drop the protest model that has been employed by Okia Omtata and Boniface Mwangi since time immemorial. Now we are going militant. Following in the footsteps of our Mau Mau parents. Following in the footsteps of those who spearheaded the second liberation. You understand? Tell a friend to tell a friend that this is the day. 6th June, we are stepping into our light. 6th June, we are taking it to the next level. 6th June, we are not allowing divisive rhetoric. 6th June, we are not entertaining divisive and polarizing characters. We are not allowing these activists, these commercial activists to come and tell us to go home. Why are they sending us to our slaughter? Why are they sending us to our death if it's not scripted, if it's not coordinated with the government? Why was Boniface Mwangi telling you to go home if he wasn't aware that by the time you're getting home, the police are going to come and slaughter you in your estates? And then he knew that Safaricom will switch off their network. He was aware of all of that prior. And he still told you go home. Under the guise that going home, you're going to be safer in your beds. They came to your homes. They abducted you. They have continued abducting you one by one. And you think it's gonna stop. And you think it's gonna end. You have to be serious. You have to be serious. Don't be idiots like that Spice FM. Oh, Gaitho has offended very. Gaitho is in serious trouble. Unauzia nani uoga? Broke. I don't have money to buy your fear. Our lie be lie. I am not attending a Spice FM. And I'm telling people who got for Spice FM, don't go for interviews again. If they still maintain that, who is selling us fear? Why are you selling us fear? Have you ever used the same tone on the people who are actually looting your taxes? Have you ever? Hey, Gaitho has offended powerful. Powerful people who can command goons. The only powerful person I know and I fear is God. Just remember, the power is in your hands. You can step into the new future that you envision. You can curate a new reality. This doesn't have to be our daily routine. We should not live in fear of being tear-gassed in churches. We should not live in fear about being abducted. We should never live in fear. Again, the power is in your hands. You mobilize, you discuss, avoid any scaremongering tactics that they are deploying on you. Stay away from commercial activists. Stay away from prominent influencers. Mobilize wherever town you will be. I saw young kids in Nakuru. They had a mob of protests in Nakuru. Don't go stand somewhere. Spread out so that you corner the police. Have them cornered with their horses. Take one horse down. Hata hiyo farasi mnaweza enda muchome mahali. Mkule, mkikesha. If they are going to deploy, you have to be ready. So corner them. You just need to drop their arms, surrender, tie them, frog march them. 2 minutes of video. Uone. Be in the back streets, have stones so that you block police vehicles from accessing where you are. Put the stones on the road. You put them in such a way that the police will find themselves in a dead end. In that dead end, you have somebody upstairs blessing them. You have the mixology upstairs blessing them with a cocktail, with a Long Island. Hey, blessing them with a Long Island cocktail. So there is a way you can put the stones on the road and driving, then they drive to a dead end. These things, you don't even have to plan them before. You'll plan them on site. You'll meet like-minded people on the streets. You'll be so many that even the sellouts now will be scared to engage because they'll see, like, even them watachomwa. So even and then you can tell a police how they look. Just look at the body frame. You can tell how a policeman looks. Number 1, they will always have their kofia. Number 2, they will always have a jacket. Number 3, their frame is upright like this. Number 4, you look at the hands. Just simple physical features. You can tell how a policeman looks. If you see that's an undercover person, finish Kumalo. Finish Kumalo. So put the stones on the road. If you see any civilian trying to remove those stones on the road, now you know the cue. Now that's the policeman who has been sent, who has been embedded in your crew. You deal with them. Put the stones on the road so that the police will not access the streets where you're protesting. It is that simple. Now they will be forced to come on foot. As they come on foot chasing you, you're taking them this way, you're taking them this way, you're directing them to the dead end. To the dead end. Once they get there, please, it's very simple. I surrender, I lay down my arms, you take them, you tie their hands, frog march them into CBD one by one until you make your way to the house on the hill. Ruto knows. The intelligence have already told him. If you have noticed, he is not spending a lot of time in Statehouse, Nairobi. He knows. He knows the temperature is rising. Why? Why aren't you producing the kids? Oh, there is a possibility that some of them could have been killed. Is there a possibility? Is there a remote possibility? If he knows what that will trigger, what that will lead to, then he will take necessary precautions by once not being in Nairobi. But his absence does not mean shit. His absence from Nairobi does not mean shit. The moment Kenyans just rise up, they do what needs to be done to parliament, they go to Statehouse, he is as good as toast. Everything will start just aligning itself. and you just have to sacrifice your 48 hours, your 72 hours. That's all you have to sacrifice. So you as a business person, if you think at all order sacrificing the 5,000 you're going to make that day, and then you go and open and risk losing your stock, please usikuja kutulilia. Enda ulie nyumbani. Enda ulilie kwa choo. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's get ready for Monday, 6th January, Mother's Day. All the mothers, you've seen what they've done to our sons. Let's get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. We have covered, we have sealed all loopholes. We have understood where we went wrong in June. We have known who are the traitors. We have known who undermined the movement. We have come to a higher level of understanding, higher level of consciousness about ourselves, about our path, about our destiny. So that we will meet on the flip side of the revolution. We will meet on the other side of the river. We will meet and laugh and hug and say, we have brought down a dictator. Then we'll say like Optimus Prime, let those who exist long after us know that this was our finest hour.